Hi everyone, this is the author Nassera. I'm going to be coming to you weekly with updates about my work. My name is Nassera Stewart. I'm the author of the book Kidra, which I have right here. Kidra is the first book that was written about a blood-born daughter of Dracula from Africa, and it's available on Amazon and most online bookstores as a whole. I wrote Kidra because I felt a need as an African American writer to get into the horror romance genre, which is my genre. And she's the first book that's ever been written about this vampire genre the way that I have her. No one's ever done it before, so it's brand new. Breaking into horror is very difficult. Breaking into romance horror is just as difficult. But today I just want to talk about how this all got started. I was actually at a filming of the Arsenio Hall show where Eddie Murphy was, and he and Arsenio was talking about doing a vampire movie. They even made a joke about having Biz Markie play Igor, and a few years later he came out with Vampire in Brooklyn. He collaborated this storyline with someone else. You also have Blackula and Scream, Blackula Scream, which was actually written by a Korean writer and his Filipino wife during the blaxploitative era of African American film work. Once again, there hasn't been a serious vampire movie that addressed the concern along the lines of other vampire movies that are out there. In writing Kidra, this was very different. In most vampire genres, you have the love interest of the vampire, someone that he finds or she finds that she doesn't want to let go. In this particular work of mine, we're dealing with a vampire who didn't know that she was one, had no idea, and due to a lot of horrific events, this information was brought to her, and how she dealt with the changes in her life that she never asked for. The book has been well received. Because of the comments that I've gotten about the way that it's ended, I'm going to go ahead and present book 2 and 3 in the same manuscript to complete the saga. Kidra, once again, is available on Amazon. My second work is My Beloved Curse, but I'll get into that later. So I wanted to answer some of the questions that were posed to me about writing. How did you get started? What led you to believe that this, was going to work? You have to do a lot of research about the genre that you're going to go into, whether it be romance or horror romance, or if it's going to be suspense or supernatural. You want to see exactly what's already out there and find out if what you're doing is something new that brings a new light to the genre that you're in, if it brings something a little bit more focused that gets out there what you're trying to say about the book. You can build worlds when it comes to fiction writing, which makes it so appetizing to a writer. But you also have to make sure that you inject elements of reality into it so that they kind of both meld together. You want to have the world that you want, but you want it to make sure that it is believable. I have been rejected a total of 175 times, if not more. The type of rejections that you get are, in a way, can be complimentary, even though it is a rejection, but it depends on how you're being rejected. I've never once had an agency tell me, well, no, this is, not a good idea. Your storyline doesn't make any sense, because agents are brutally honest about work that gets submitted to them. How you get their attention, you have to keep driving. Rejection is the name of the game before you actually find someone that is a right fit. So most of my rejections that I've gotten have been from agents who have told me, we've read it with interest, but it's just not the right fit, and to good luck, because you will find someone. And they know this. It's just not something that they're looking for. It's just like buying a suit. If you know the suit doesn't fit you, if it doesn't do anything for you, if it doesn't enhance what you already have, you're not going to buy it. Writing is the same way. When you have your work done, and you want to approach an agent, there is a process to that. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to submit what's called a query, which is a paragraph that pretty much describes the book the way you would on the back flap of any book you've ever seen. You have exactly 5 lines to create and capture the attention of an agent. If they are captured, they will send a request for the synopsis. The synopsis is a 500-word document that describes your work without giving away its plot or not giving away too much information about the book as a whole. If that is satisfactory to them, then they will request anywhere between 3 to 5 chapters of your work to go over it, to look at its content, to see if it's weighty enough. They look at the word count as well to make sure that you have the proper word count that substantiate being a novel. And believe me, there's a difference. And I'll go over that with you later on. Once that's done, if you have satisfactorily gotten their attention, they will get back to you and let you know you've been accepted. Now, their whole job at this point is to get your work in, get it edited, make sure that it meets the requirements for publication. They do the marketing, and they look for a publisher to publish your work. At the time when Kidra first came out, she was produced by Publish America, which at the time I thought was a good publishing company, and I found out a year later that they weren't. It was a long haul to get my publishing rights back, but I did get them. And then when I submitted to another agent whom I thought was an agent, it turned out that she was a publisher, and she accepted me with arms wide. And she not only published Kidra, but she also published my second novel. And I have a third one that's supposed to be coming out soon. You have to be dedicated to yourself as a writer. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to make sure that what you're doing, there is a market that fits it. And then you have to go ahead and go forward with it no matter what. You have to be able to take the rejection, and although people will take it personally, but it's all about business. These people are looking at materials that can enhance what they already have. So it's no bad reflection on you as an author. Once you get rejected, you can definitely expect it. 175 times my work was like, and then finally I got her published. So you have to stick to it. Don't let people tell you that what you're doing is not going to work, especially if you believe in it. And you have to be able to believe in what you're doing in order to achieve your goal. So the next time you see me, I will be answering more questions as they come in. My email address is nassera11@yahoo.com. The book is Kidra. It is on Amazon. My son actually contributed to the artwork of this book. If you see, she has a crucifix in her eye with a blood tear, and then she has the blood dripping from her mouth. I have to congratulate my son because he's the one who did the cover suggestion, and it absolutely worked. Kidra is a beautiful cover. So bye for now. I will see you next Sunday about this time or maybe earlier, and then I'll go into again my writing journey with Kidra, and then I'll also talk about My Beloved Curse. See you soon. Bye.